Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, originally from California, and I've been teaching English professionally for over 8 years now.
And I'm Johnny from London. I've spent the last decade helping non-native speakers master English communication in business settings.
Welcome to Native Speakers. Today, we're tackling something that honestly shocked us. Hey everyone, I'm Sarah, and I'm a native English speaker from California. I've been working as a career counselor for over 8 years, and I've helped hundreds of people land their dream jobs.
And I'm Johnny from London. I've been a hiring manager and HR professional for the past decade, so I've interviewed thousands of candidates. We're here on Native Speakers to help you master English for real-life situations.
Today's topic is absolutely crucial: career goals in job interviews. We're going to show you what not to say, what you should say, and how to sound confident and professional.
Trust me, Sarah, we've both heard some absolutely shocking answers to the "where do you see yourself in 5 years" question, haven't we?
Oh my goodness, yes. So stick with us because by the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to impress any interviewer when they ask about your career goals. Let's dive in.
All right, Sarah, let's start with the basics. Why do interviewers even ask about career goals in the first place?
Great question. When I interview someone, I'm not just being nosy about their life plans. I'm actually trying to understand three key things: commitment, ambition, and alignment.
Exactly. Let me break that down. Commitment means, will this person stick around or are they going to leave in 6 months? Ambition tells me if they're motivated and driven. And alignment? That's whether their goals match what our company can actually offer them.
Right. So if someone says, I want to be a professional musician in 5 years, and they're interviewing for an accounting position, well, that's a red flag.
Oh, I've actually had that happen. Now, let's talk about the worst answers first. Sarah, what's the number one thing people should never say?
Oh, this one makes me cringe every time. I don't really have any career goals, or I haven't thought about it.
Ouch, that's terrible because it shows zero initiative. Let me give you a real example. Last year, I interviewed a young man named Tom. Bright guy, good resume. I asked him, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And you know what he said?
What?
He actually said, honestly, I just need a job right now. I haven't really thought beyond that. And the energy in the room just died.
That's so painful to hear, because even if that's true, even if you genuinely just need a paycheck, you can't say that in an interview. It makes you sound unmotivated and directionless.
Precisely. So let's practice the right way to handle this. Sarah, pretend you're interviewing me and I'll show you a better approach.
Okay, clears her throat professionally. Johnny, thank you for coming in today. Tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Thank you for asking, Sarah. In 5 years, I see myself as a senior marketing specialist who has developed deep expertise in digital strategy. I'm particularly interested in mastering data analytics and leading campaign projects. I'm really excited about this role because I know your company invests in professional development, and I can see a clear path to growing those skills here.
Perfect. See what he did there? He was specific, he showed ambition, and he connected his goals to the company. That's the golden formula.
Now, let's talk about another deadly mistake. Sarah, what happens when someone's goals are too ambitious or completely unrealistic?
Oh boy. I once had a candidate tell me she wanted to be CEO of the company in 3 years. The position she was interviewing for? Entry-level administrative assistant.
That's what I call delusional ambition. Look, ambition is great, but you need to be realistic. You can't tell the hiring manager you want their job in 2 years.
Exactly. Another version of this mistake is when people say, I want to start my own company, Even if that's true, don't say it. The interviewer will think, why should I train you if you're just going to leave and become my competitor?
Brilliant point. Let's practice a better version of ambitious goals. I'll be the candidate this time, and you interview me. I want to show ambition, but keep it reasonable.
Wonderful. Johnny, you seem very motivated. What are your long-term career aspirations?
I'm really passionate about growing within the marketing field. In the long term, say 7 to 10 years, I'd love to be in a director level position where I'm leading teams and shaping strategy. But right now, I'm focused on building a strong foundation. This role excites me because it offers hands-on experience with campaign management, which I know is essential for advancement. I believe in earning my way up through proven results.
Excellent. He showed ambition with that director role, but he also showed patience and a willingness to put in the work. That's exactly what interviewers want to hear.
Now, here's a tricky one, Sarah. What if someone genuinely doesn't know what they want? Maybe they're changing careers or are fresh out of university.
Such a good question. This is where honesty meets strategy. You can admit you're exploring, but you need to show you're doing it thoughtfully. Let me demonstrate. Johnny, interview me and I'll pretend I'm a recent graduate.
Sarah, you've just finished your degree in communications. Where do you see your career going?
That's a great question, Johnny. I'll be honest, I'm at the exciting stage of my career where I'm eager to explore different aspects of communications. What I do know is that I'm passionate about content creation and audience engagement. This role appeals to me because it combines both, and I'm really interested in discovering whether I lean more towards the strategic side or the creative execution side. I see the next few years as a time to develop expertise and identify where I can make the strongest impact. Your company's diverse projects would give me that breadth of experience.
Perfect. You acknowledged uncertainty, but you framed it positively as exploration and learning. And you also showed genuine interest in the role. That works beautifully.
Thanks. Now, let's talk about a mistake that's surprisingly common, being too vague or generic.
Oh, yes. I want to be successful, or I want to grow professionally. Those answers are so empty, they mean nothing.
Right. Success means different things to different people. Professional growth could mean anything. Interviewers want specifics. They want to hear actual skills you want to develop, actual positions you're working towards, and actual industries you're passionate about.
Let me give you a real-world comparison. I interviewed two candidates for the same graphic design position. The first one said, I want to become a better designer and maybe lead projects someday. The second one said, I want to master UI/UX design principles, build a portfolio of mobile app interfaces, and within 3 to 5 years lead design sprints for product launches. Guess who got the job?
Obviously, the second one. The specificity shows they've actually thought about their path. It shows research, planning, and genuine passion.
Exactly. Now, Sarah, what about people who are worried about sounding too rehearsed or too scripted?
Such an important concern. Here's the thing. You should prepare your answer. You should think about this before the interview, but you want to sound natural, not like you're reading from a script. The key is to practice it enough that the ideas flow naturally, but you're not memorizing exact words.
I love this point. Let's do a bad example first. Sarah, interview me and I'll sound like a robot.
Smiling. Johnny, where do you see yourself professionally in 5 years?
Speaking in a monotone, mechanical voice. In 5 years, I see myself as a project manager with strong leadership skills, contributing to organizational success and implementing strategic initiatives that drive results.
Smiling. Stop! That sounds like you swallowed a corporate manual. Nobody talks like that.
Smiling. Exactly. Now let me do it naturally. Ask me again.
Johnny, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Conversational and warm. You know, I've thought about this quite a bit, actually. I really see myself in a project management role. I love the idea of bringing teams together and seeing projects through from start to finish. I've been working on my organizational skills and learning different project management methodologies, and I'm excited to put those into practice here. This role seems like the perfect stepping stone toward that goal.
Much better. You sounded like a real human being having a real conversation. You used natural phrases like, quite a bit, and I've thought about this. Those small touches make you relatable.
Now let's address something important: cultural differences and communication styles. Sarah, you work with international clients. What do you notice?
Great topic. In some cultures, being modest is highly valued, so people might downplay their ambitions. In American and British interview culture, though, you need to show confidence without arrogance. It's a balance.
Right. You can be humble and ambitious at the same time. For example, instead of saying, "I'm going to be the best marketing manager you've ever had," you could say, "I'm committed to becoming an excellent marketing manager by learning from experienced colleagues and continuously improving my skills."
Perfect. See how you showed ambition, but also humility and willingness to learn. That's the sweet spot.
Now let's address something tricky: the "why should we invest in you if you might leave for another opportunity?" Sarah, how do you handle that one?
Ooh, that's a tough one. The key is to emphasize loyalty without promising you'll stay forever, because let's be honest, nobody stays at one company their entire career anymore. Let me show you. Interview me, Johnny.
Johnny, your resume shows you've changed jobs every 2 years. How do I know you won't leave us just as quickly?
That's a fair question, Johnny. What I've learned from those experiences is exactly what kind of environment helps me thrive and stay engaged. I've been looking for a company that values professional development and offers diverse challenges. And from my research, your company excels at both. I'm not interested in job hopping for the sake of it. I'm interested in building real expertise and making meaningful contributions. When I find the right fit, I'm committed to growing with that organization. This role feels like the perfect stepping stone toward that goal because of the mentorship program you offer and the opportunity to work on varied projects.
Brilliant! You acknowledged the concern, explained your pattern positively, and showed you've done your homework on the company. That's how you turn a potential red flag into a green light.
Now let's talk about connecting your goals to the company's mission. This is huge, Johnny.
Absolutely crucial. Generic goals don't impress anyone, but when you show you've researched the company and understand how your growth aligns with their direction, that's powerful.
Let me give you an example. Suppose you're interviewing at a tech startup focused on sustainable energy. A bad answer would be, I want to develop my coding skills and eventually become a senior developer. A great answer would be, I'm passionate about using technology to address climate change, and I want to develop my coding skills specifically in areas like optimization algorithms that reduce energy consumption. In 5 years, I see myself as a senior developer leading projects that have measurable environmental impact, which is exactly what your company is doing with its smart grid solutions.
Claps, yes! You connected personal goals, skill development, and company mission all in one answer. That's interview gold.
Another critical point, never ever badmouth your current or previous employer when discussing your career goals.
Oh my goodness, yes. I cannot tell you how many times someone has said something like, "I want to leave my current company because my boss is terrible, and there's no room for advancement because they only promote their favorites."
Winces. Even if that's completely true, you never say it. It makes you sound negative and like you might trash talk the new company later too.
Exactly. Instead, you reframe it positively. Like, "I'm looking for an environment with more structured career progression and mentorship opportunities, which I understand your company provides."
Perfect reframing. Now, let's do a full practice interview together. Johnny, you're the candidate and I'm the interviewer. I'm going to ask you the career goals question, and I want you to give me an answer that incorporates everything we've discussed today.
Ready when you are.
Sarah, Thank you for taking the time to meet with us today. I've been impressed with your background so far. Tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years, and how does this role fit into your career trajectory?
Takes a breath, speaks naturally and confidently. Thank you, Sarah. That's a question I've given a lot of thought to, actually. In 5 years, I see myself as a content marketing manager who's developed deep expertise in both strategy and analytics. What really excites me about this field is the intersection of creativity and data. I love crafting compelling stories, but I also want to understand the metrics that prove they're working. This role as a content specialist is ideal for me because it offers hands-on experience with both aspects. I've researched your company's approach to content marketing, and I'm particularly impressed by your focus on thought leadership in the fintech space. That's an area I'm genuinely passionate about, and I see tremendous opportunity to grow here. Long-term, I'd love to lead a content team that's driving real business results while maintaining creative excellence. But right now, I'm focused on proving my value in this role and learning from the experienced team you've built.
Enthusiastic. Wow, okay, let me break down why that answer is fantastic. First, you were specific. Content marketing manager, not just a manager. Second, you showed you understood the role, creativity, and analytics. Third, you did your research. You mentioned our thought leadership and fintech focus. Fourth, you showed ambition, leading a team, but also humility, learning from others. And fifth, you connected everything to the actual job you're interviewing for. That's a masterclass answer.
Smiling. Thanks. But here's the thing, everyone watching. Sarah and I have been doing this for years. We've practiced these conversations hundreds of times. You won't sound that polished at first, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's preparation and authenticity.
Such an important point. Your genuine enthusiasm and sincerity matter more than having the perfect scripted answer. Interviewers can tell when you're being real versus when you're performing.
Now let's talk about what to do if the interviewer asks a follow-up question like, what if we can't offer you that career path? Sarah, how do you handle that one?
Ooh, that's a tough one. The key is to emphasize loyalty without promising you'll stay forever, because, let's be honest, nobody stays at one company their entire career anymore. Let me show you. Interview me, Johnny.
Sarah, your resume shows you've changed jobs every 2 years. How do I know you won't leave us just as quickly?
That's a fair question, Johnny. What I've learned from those experiences is exactly what kind of environment helps me thrive and stay engaged. I've been looking for a company that values professional development and offers diverse challenges. And from my research, your company excels at both. I'm not interested in job hopping for the sake of it. I'm interested in building real expertise and making meaningful contributions. When I find the right fit, I'm committed to growing with that organization. This role feels like the perfect stepping stone toward that goal because of the mentorship program you offer and the opportunity to work on varied projects.
Brilliant! You acknowledged the concern, explained your pattern positively, and showed you've done your homework on the company. That's how you turn a potential red flag into a green light.
Now, let's talk about something powerful, phrases and vocabulary that make you sound professional and confident when discussing career goals.
Great idea. Instead of saying, I want, try, I aspire to, or I'm working toward, or I envision myself.
Instead of get better at, say develop expertise in, or strengthen my capabilities in, or master the fundamentals of.
Instead of move up, try advance to, or progress toward, or transition into.
And instead of learn stuff, say expand my knowledge of, or build competency in, or deepen my understanding of.
These subtle vocabulary changes make you sound so much more professional and articulate.
Absolutely. Now let's address one final scenario. What if you're interviewing for a job that's honestly just a stepping stone, and you know you don't want to stay long term?
Ooh, ethically tricky. Here's my take. You don't lie, but you don't volunteer information that hurts your chances. Focus on what you can genuinely offer during your time there.
Right. You might say something like, I'm very interested in gaining experience in this sector and building foundational skills. I see this role as an excellent opportunity to contribute to your team while developing professionally. I'm committed to delivering excellent results for however long I'm in the position.
However long I'm in the position is honest without saying, I'm leaving in 6 months. Well done.
The key is finding that balance between honesty and strategy. You're not obligated to share every detail of your plans, but you shouldn't lie either.
Absolutely. And remember, everyone, companies know that employees don't stay forever anymore. They're really asking, will you be engaged and productive while you're here? Will you leave on good terms? Are you going to give us a reasonable return on investment for training you?
Such important context. All right, let's do one more practice round. This time, I'll be the candidate and you interview me, Johnny. I want to show our viewers how to handle a challenging variation of this question.
Excellent. Shifts into interviewer mode. Sarah, I notice you're quite early in your career. Some of our team members have been here for 15 or 20 years. Are you looking for that kind of long-term opportunity, or is this more of a short-term stepping stone for you?
Thoughtful and genuine. That's wonderful that you have team members with such longevity. That really speaks to your company culture. To be completely honest, I'm at a stage in my career where I'm focused on the next 3 to 5 years rather than making 20-year predictions. What I can tell you is that I'm looking for a place where I can grow, contribute meaningfully, and feel challenged. If I find that here, and from everything I've learned about your company, I believe I will, then I have no reason to look elsewhere. I'm not someone who job hops just for the sake of change. I move when I've outgrown a role or when there's a mismatch. My goal is to make this a place where that doesn't happen.
Breaking character. Brilliant. You were honest about not making unrealistic promises, but you also showed maturity and self-awareness. You explained your decision-making process, which builds trust.
Thanks. The key is showing you're thoughtful about career moves, not impulsive.
All right, Sarah, let's bring this all together. What are the absolute key takeaways for our viewers about discussing career goals in interviews?
First, always prepare an answer. Never say you haven't thought about it. Second, be specific but realistic. Show ambition without being delusional. Third, connect your goals to the company's mission and opportunities. And fourth, sound natural and conversational, not scripted.
Perfect summary. And remember, the career goals question isn't a trap, it's an opportunity to show you're thoughtful, motivated, and genuinely interested in the role.
Exactly. The interviewer wants to be excited about you. They want to think, yes, this person has a plan and we're part of that plan. Give them that confidence.
Now, everyone watching, don't just watch this video and forget about it. Actually practice your answer out loud. Record yourself. Listen back. Refine it. Ask a friend to interview you. The more you practice, the more natural you'll sound.
Such great advice. And if you found this lesson helpful, make sure you subscribe to Native Speakers. We post new lessons every week on topics like salary negotiation, small talk at work, handling difficult conversations, and so much more.
We're here to help you master English for real-life situations. Not just textbook English, but the actual language professionals use every day.
Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below telling us what interview topic you'd like us to cover next.
And remember, you've got this. With preparation and practice, you can absolutely ace that interview and land the job you deserve.
Thanks for learning with us today, everyone. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Johnny, and we'll see you in the next lesson on Native Speakers.